Hey Nicola, just doing you a quick video mail just to go over a couple of notes from last night. Um, First off, I apologise about this kind of thing I've got on my screen just here. I decided to drop my phone and smash my screen recently, and yeah, it's messed up my camera a little, but I just thought I'd be pro and just carry on with it and not worry about it. Um, the main reason of me doing you a video is I think we read emails a lot every single day, and some people just tend to connect better with a video. So the first things I want to talk about is how your brain works and how to get yourself past some of your psychological barriers that you may be dealing with. The biggest thing that causes people to fail when it comes to trying to lose weight is exactly that, is people's inability to get past their brain. It's the whole kind of fatigue feeling, it's the whole kind of stuck in your habits, and the inability to change, really. If you're trying to make a change, if you're trying to see a change, you do have to make a change, and actually making a change can be the hardest thing for some people. So if you're asking yourself to eat a bit more healthier, or you're asking yourself to exercise a bit more, you've got to work out how in your head you can do that consistently for a long period. And it's not just willpower. I've written some of the mistakes that people make when they're trying to get healthier in the email, and willpower is a fraud, basically. It is there, it does exist, but your willpower will really quickly change if cortisol levels are high, for example, or if you've had a bad day's work and you're just pissed off. It all changes. So it's all about, for you, setting little triggers and little habits to make sure those things happen. So first off, let's talk about food. So a couple of little habits that I'd like you to try playing with are things like making sure you've got your ingredients for all your food in your week there already. So, going shopping at some stage and making sure that all the food that you need in your fridge for meals in your week already being there is going to make a massive step. But you have to set a habit up for that as well. The simple way of doing that, just have a shopping list in your phone, because there's no perfect time to go shopping. I prefer to go through the week when it's quiet, but I tend to go all different times. But again, if that shopping list is in your phone, there's no excuse, oh, it's going to take too long. Well, actually, no, it takes 20 minutes tops if you've got a shopping list in your phone. And even if you're a real geek about it, after a while, you'll work out where exactly you need to go in the shop in order, and it even speeds it up. I think my record for my shopping trip is around about 12 minutes, and I can get 2 weeks worth of food in about that time. And it's just because I know exactly where I need to go, know exactly what I need to do. So setting habits, and like I said, being a bit more professional about this is the way to go to try and start to change your mind. Secondly, it's okay to mess it up. If in this first week you don't nail this, it's probably a better thing, because there's lessons to be learned on the way here. And if you're not messing it up, why do you need me in the first place? Okay, and then when we talk about moving and exercise and just trying to get your energy levels up, the same concept applies, really. It's important for you to realise with this, it's the journey and not the end product. Knowing you over the last couple of weeks, I've realised that you're a very driven individual. You're the same as me. You really want to try and get to where you're trying to go. But the problem is sometimes that journey is actually the result that you were looking for. And if you think, oh, well, I didn't achieve that result, well, maybe you're aiming a little tiny bit too high, and actually to others what you're achieving is perfect. The weight loss thing being a perfect example. Try not to aim for your perfect weight straight away, and just take it step by step. And as you're getting fitter and healthier and getting a more leaner build, you'll start to think like, oh, well, it's changing a bit, but actually because of your self-perception, you've changed a lot. So try not to get in your own way by being too driven and being too perfect. Just make sure that you're always doing the same thing week in, week out, and actually the results will sneak up on you. Learn to appreciate kind of what you've got versus going after like the big goal. And there's no problem going for that, but what I'm saying is don't self-sabotage yourself if you don't feel like you get there, because you might have actually done better than you realise. So little habits with that, simple things, taking your kit around with you in your car, so it eliminates that, oh, I've got to go home and put my gear on, and then I've got to go for it and do this, that. Set a specific day in the week where you're going to drag Matt out, where you're going to drag Matt out and take him for a run, and always do it. And if you drop the ball once, it's fine. Make it up sometime in that week, or just get back on the bandwagon next week. But so many people miss it once or twice and then go, well, I can't be bothered. Moving on to kind of what we learnt yesterday. Remember, your two main things I'd really like you to focus on is I want you to play around with your sleep habit and see if you can find a way of just gradually decreasing the light as you're going to bed, and making sure that you set yourself up properly so you're getting, that 7 hours sleep or 8 hours sleep that you feel like you really want. And just remember with this one as well, listen to your body. So if you are sleepy, just go to bed. And if you have had a couple of nights where you've been a bit later, because you're allowed to live, it happens, then get some early nights and catch up with it. And then finally was the protein test. I want you to try for me to only have protein for breakfast. As I can see from Facebook, you're already trying that, so well done. Your book will be on your way to help you with that also. And then finally, just have a real good read through this email and have a look and see what you think to it all, and just try to take it all on board. So just remember, I'm here for any questions if you need anything, and good luck.